Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women are generally attracted to men with intelligent life skills. Now, I had to be very particular about how I entitled this particular video. I had to be very particular because if I say just intelligent, a bunch of guys be like, oh no, that's some bull. Women don't want intelligent men and all of that. Yeah, they do, but life skills. Like if a guy is getting straight A's in school or he has a certain IQ score, that don't necessarily mean he's going to get a woman. In fact, you get guys who got those things and they complaining more than anybody else. And in fact, they'll try to use their test scores or their IQ points to try to put down other men who are getting women. No, we're talking about intelligent life skills. Whether you got street smarts, whether you can make it through life. See, that's one of the things. They're looking for men who can solve problems. Generally, there's always exceptions. Remember, this is an art, not a science. So generally, they want that man who can solve problems, like the everyday problems you're going to have. You know, something comes up in a woman's life, they want that man who's going to solve it. They don't want some man who's going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Shoot, in fact, that's why some women will go for some of those street dudes. Those street dudes will have street smarts. You know, sometimes that's why they going for them, because they can solve like stuff that comes up. Because when you have problems in life, you ain't just dealing with a situation, you're dealing with people. And women generally want that man who can deal with people, who can solve something that comes up, generally, and they find that attractive. Remember what I've said several times, a man makes love to a woman's body, but a woman makes love to a man's mind. They turned on by a man's mind in that way. Now, yeah, of course, you're going to have some women turned on because you can talk about quantum physics and explain it in French or something like that. Okay, fine. But generally, they also want that man, you know, you having some problems with somebody in the neighborhood could know what to do to solve it. Or you having some medical problems or something, they know what to do, or any problem. You having a problem with the house, something's happening, the man can just take care of that. Or the man who can like really get the house, you know, whatever. Just like when I say life skills, I mean can go through life, can solve the problems that are going to come up every day in life. You know, if they look at you and say, or they ask you, oh, wait a minute, I got this problem coming up, what can I do? And the man can look at him and say, well, do this, this, and this. Boom. Remember, those who follow me a long time know I've talked about the house of the man. And, you know, I've talked about the eagle. See, the part of the ego facility, that's the faculty, whatever. The ego part is where a man is using logic and reason to solve problems, to see ahead, to see the problems ahead, to deal with that. Women are generally attracted to that. And yeah, you can talk about they're attracted to physicality and all of that, and somebody, you know, spitting that hot fire in their ear and all of that. Yeah, that's one thing, and it works. But then when they have a problem come up, they want that man who can solve the problem. Because there's been many a woman, they might get a man on that, you know, he look good, or, you know, he can spit that hot fire in their ears and all of that. But then as soon as a problem come up, he can't solve it. All of a sudden, the woman's like, Now, if a man can, you know, he look good, he can spit that hot fire, but then he can solve an everyday problem, everyday issue, take care of it. Oh, that's even more. Because if you really think about what a man's supposed to do, he's supposed to have that mind. See, that when you talk about game ain't just, you know, just a hot fire. Game is never just a hot fire. Game is also just the knowledge, the know-how to get through it, to solve the problem, to take care of something, to stand up. Shoot, it could also be like how to walk through certain neighborhoods, you know? It could be something as simple as walking closer to the side of the street with the woman, you know? Or walking in a protective manner when around the woman. It could be on those levels. It could be on those levels. And women generally find that attractive. Even if the guy, you know what, he might not be that fashion model, which most men ain't, you know? And he might not spit that hot fire, but he can take care of issues. He can take care of real issues. He ain't crying. If something happens, he ain't gonna be crying about it. He gonna be like, oh, well, hold up. Let me take care of it, you know? He's that type of guy, something come up, he gonna jump right in. He ain't gonna wait for her or look at her like she gonna solve it. He gonna take care of it. And I want y'all to think about that. Like life skills, he can get through life. When, you know, you can call it street smarts, you can call it common sense, which unfortunately common sense isn't that common. But he can take care of it, you know? He might know where to go. It's like, you know, if the car breaks down, he know what to do. Either he can fix it himself or he know where to take it to get it fixed. He know what to do in certain situations, you know? He know how to deal with certain people. Like say it's a situation, you out in public or something and, you know, somebody looking at you wrong or disrespect you. You know, he know how to diffuse that situation. Even if it means he has to use brute force. But that's a life skill. You know, sometimes going to somebody's jaw is a life skill. It really is. You know? Shoot. I mean, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you might have to defend yourself. That's a life skill. You know? And so women are generally attracted to that. Now, you get some women, they ain't going to be attracted to that. You know, they want what they want, regardless. And indeed, you get some women, oh, as long as you look good, that's good for them. But you don't want, is that the woman you want long term? Because look, here's another way of looking at it. It's not even so much what she wants, it's what you want for your life. You want to be able to, as a man, you want to be able to handle situations when they come up. As a man, you want to be able to deal with it. If a problem pop up, you want to be the one to deal with it. You don't want to be waiting. You don't want to be sitting on your butt. You want to take care of it. You do. You want to take care of it. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. You know, stuff come up, and there's always something coming up, trust me. The society we live in now, something is always happening. On multiple levels, you know? You want that man, if he lose a job and he's supposed to be taking care of you and all of that, he might be married, you know, the woman, he might be married to a woman. That woman wants a man who, if that man lose a job, she lose a job, he's like, oh, okay, that's what I had to do, you know? Sometimes shoot, they get wet if a man say, look, I'll go take care of it, I'll go get that money. Whatever you got to do. She might not question how he did it, but that's a life skill. I want y'all to think about that. I want you to think about that. And like I said, you ain't just doing it just for the woman. You doing it for yourself. You doing it for yourself, all right? So think on that, all right? So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.